Hello, my name is Harrington Watko. We're back. I hope you like the new set that we have. It's supposed to be clear. It's HD. We're coming right at you in your set, in your TV set. And at least now you need not squint. Thank you very much, GNN. We have Jerry Cornell with us, and we're still talking about the concept of federalism. But this time, Jerry, let's discuss the implementation. Okay, sa Metro Manila, meron na tayo. May Supreme Court na tayo, may Court of Appeals. You have the municipal, and you have what you call the regional trial court. Just on the justice side, di ba? Then you have the legislative, well, national and legislative natin. And then, of course, the executive. Now, if we go on a federal state, let's assume, para numerical number, let's say, kasi they're proposing 8 states. So we have 8 states, regardless of how it's broken up. You think there is enough talent? For example, the judiciary. Ano kaya gagawin ng Supreme Court? No? Kasi yung Supreme Court, hawak nila yung pera. Di ba? Most of the funds go up to the Supreme Court that is generated, and whatever Congress appropriates, which is what, 24 billion for this year or last year or this year, from there it emanates, it goes down. Obviously, hindi bumababa. So, number one, assuming papayag ang Supreme Court na they will no longer hold those funds. Di ba? Kasi they will just become the Federal Supreme Court. Parang ganon eh. So, in every state, out of 10, you're gonna have 10 Supreme Courts na maliliit, di ba? And then, from there, the appeals courts, and then you're gonna still have the RTC and the municipal trial courts. Now, of course, you'll still have your, the prosecutors, I would imagine, would remain the same. Ano kaya? How do we go about that? Do you think there's enough talent?
For sure.
You know, the registry on the IBP is only about 80,000 since the birth of the Republic for those who become lawyers. Do we have enough lawyers anyway to fill in these spots? Parang ganun eh.
Every year, I mean, new lawyers come in, new brilliant
baba
lawyers
pa rin
come
ang
in.
number in all consideration. I go around the country and I see the halls of justice in decrepit conditions, and the judges even not making enough money, kaawa-awa, and the courts itself, it's sad. How they have to operate. Here in Manila alone, go to Manila City Hall, and it's the sad state of the courts there. I mean, parang hindi bumababa ang pera, naiiwan na sa Supreme Court, tapos may bonus pa mga yan. Paano kaya sa probinsya pa? And number two, may tao kaya that will fill in these positions. And then you're talking of what? Magsisenate, magko-congressman pa. How about senators? Are you agreeable that we should maintain the Senate? Kasi wala naman constituency mga yan, di ba?
Well, no, their constituents is national sila.
National?
National sila, national constituent. Parang, I don't know, I mean, we have to tweak the American system of federal government. Because sa kanila, meron silang state senators.
O state senators.
Meron silang nationally elected senators who make the laws of the land, federal.
That's why they have a senator nila. You're talking about 200 plus. No, actually much more because every state has a senator.
Right, dalawa yata.
Dalawa, di ba? And then, so you have 50, assuming 50 states, dalawa, di 100 na yun. And then you have the state or the national senators. May ganun pa yun.
Right.
So, hindi kaya lalaki lang ang bureaucracy natin, mahirapan lang madapa ang bayan.
No, I think it's going to be more manageable. More manageable. And then again, let's get back.
More manageable, but it will expand bureaucracy and cost. You're familiar with that?
No,
you realize?
I think it's going to streamline. It's going to streamline. Because
so we create our own federalism without necessarily following it.
Syempre. I mean, we have to streamline it to our way of, to our psyche, to our resources. Hindi ba? Hindi naman pwede yung, America works, yeah, but, you know, they're a totally different land. They have 300 million people, you know, 300 people.
Yeah, tama.
Kaya kailangan i-tone down. You know, when I talk about federalism, it's just like a community and a household. It's really simplifying it, but that is the essence of it. And I want the audience to understand that the essence, yun ang essence po noon. I mean, you, mga padre and madre de familia, would you like somebody else? Would you like the teacher, the barangay captain
sa bahay mo.
to dictate how you're gonna spend your money? Or you give him your money and then, hindi pwede, di ba? So, same thing. So, ito magiging more manageable, magiging more responsive, di ba? Pag magkaroon ng kalamidad, meron na silang funds doon. Of course, kung kulang yung pwede silang humingi sa federal government, di ba? But if not, hindi yung teka muna, maghintay tayo ng relief goods galing sa DSWD. Maghintay tayo
Gaya
ng...
nangyayari ngayon.
Oh, which is what's
Dependent
happening
sa
now.
Imperial Manila.
Which is what's happening now. Of course now,
But are the 10 states you think are capable of managing themselves?
of course, malaking bilib ko sa mga Pilipino. You know, I mean, I really think we are coming, I think we are coming of age, Harry. I think there's going to be a new order coming, hindi lang sa Pilipinas, worldwide na for the better. And of course, I mean, a lot of people are saying things about Trump, about Putin, about Duterte.
Yes.
But some analysts are saying these are the very same people who are going to shake up the order, come up with a new order that's actually better than the past. Because ano nangyari dito sa past? I mean, wow, mga
A country run like hell by Filipinos.
pero in the world, we're talking about the world, run like hell by what's going. Walang katigil-tigil ang mga gera.
By incompetence.
Di ba? So, hey, I mean,
The UN lang yan, UN. Useless naman yun eh.
let's expand it nga, let's expand it. I mean, let's say, is the world being properly run now? I don't think so. Di ba? There's the issue on climate change, there's the issue on wars, there's the issue on famine, on refugees. Are they managing it well? No. No, they're not. So do we need a new world order? Yes. So same thing sa atin din. So let's reduce it again. Philippines lang. Oh, let's clean up our own backyard. Let's make sure that we are able, to me, my main concern is the delivery of services to the individual. Mas magiging streamlined. Kung hindi na pupunta sa Maynila para mag-apply ng, para humingi ng loan, or para humingi ng tulong
That I
sa
agree
health.
with,
So it's going to be streamlined, it's going to be more responsive, di ba? Ngayon, palagay natin, you're the mayor, governor, congressman. Ang gagawin mo ngayon, Sir Harry, kailangan namin nga sa community. So Harry is gonna go to the next higher up and finally several rungs and then finally get to Malacanang. Haba eh. Ito, andito na ito eh, di ba? Pupunta, malalakad mo. Di ba? Makaka-jeep ka papunta sa mga services that you need. And there are actually services now, Harry, na people from Mindanao have to come all the way to Manila.
Yes,
to
I've been reading.
Oh, hindi ba? Yung
Well,
mga-
that's the example of President Duterte.
Oo. And it's up. I mean, that thing has to stop. Eh tayo, hindi natin nafe-feel yun. Nandito tayo eh. Everything we need is within our reach, within our grasp, one ride away, di ba? One phone call away. Sa kanila, hindi eh.
So you
Di ba?
believe the streamlining is going to come together. Now, how it's going to be streamlined will be depending on the commission who will put the federalism together. But not necessarily following strictly any pattern
No,
or
no.
example anywhere
No,
around the
no.
world. Creating our own.
Right.
The Filipino federal system.
Exactly. Decentralize it. And alam natin kung...
How
just-
long do you think, in your mind,
Yeah.
can we implement a form of government that is federal? How long do you think we
Well,
can?
I think the implementing rules and regulations, we can do it within a couple of years. No? Itong dapat gawin. In other words, itong pinaka-constitution, ito pinaka-framework. Here's the formula, here's the recipe. Now, to cook it, the entire term of President Duterte. Yun lang naman ang ano niya, di ba? Sabi niya, by the time he steps down in
Ideally,
2022,
hopefully federal.
Federal na. And wala naman kumukontra eh. You know, so far,
Walang kumukontra kasi no one's talking about it.
well, the ones who can oppose it is Congress and Senate. The ones who can really oppose it, of course, the people. Di ba?
in the end, the people will have to choose.
People's initiative, di ba?
No,
Pero-
but even if they put it together, it still has to be put through a plebiscite.
Yeah. Pero still, the most important first step is to create it. And the only one who can, it can be created only by law.
Legislation.
By law.
So,
and-
congressman.
Hindi, constitutional convention
Change,
or hindi, a constitutional assembly.
No, that's just the platform of how to go towards it. But
Yeah.
before you approve something, you have to know what it is you're actually approving. Yan ang issue eh. That's why we're discussing the many issues about federalism to understand, to help the people understand what it's about, what it entails, and what it requires. The implementation period of 3 years, 4 years may seem a little bit too opportunistic. Ewan ko Mukhang mas matagal gawin yan. But let's assume it can be done. Immediately from day one, imagine the dates. You're giving yourself 3 years, for example. Okay, from now on, between from January 1, we are given 3 years as magpe-federal tayo. Now, during that period is study, and then you're going to start appointing people into different positions. Funds have to be allocated again. The implementation, I don't know if it can be done even in 6 years, to tell you the truth.
Well, okay, one thing. Wala tayong problema sa funds eh. Alam mo ba yan, rami natin pera. Itong because the past administration,
Walang ginastos.
underspending.
Hindi, walang ginastos nga.
Oo, ayaw gumastos.
Ayaw gumastos.
Salamat na rin because, for the first time in the history of the Philippines, during the Republic, yung sumunod na presidente didn't inherit a bankrupt country.
Baliktad.
Oo, merong pondo dyan. Ngayon, yung appointment of people, that could be the tricky part, I think.
Yeah, di ba?
That could be the tricky part.
Do we have enough talent? That I've been asked that question.
Talent, yes. Ngayon, how about heart and soul and integrity? Ibang usapan yon. Talent, marami. Di ba? Talent, marami. Pero yung, is it in the right place? Because
Moral. The
Ayan.
moral background. Yan.
Yan ang importante.
Yan yung mga requirements.
The true essence of being a public servant, di ba? Hindi yung mga iba gusto ng posisyon because entitlement, because pag may posisyon ako, hey, I get the best seats, hindi ako nata-traffic, di ba?
I'm Mr. So-and-so.
The honorable.
The honorable,
di ba?
yeah,
The
the
honorable. So, up to now, di ba, yun ang kailangan iwasan. But as long as there are positions of power, there will be those. Pero mabawasan lang sana.
But with all the divisive issues coming together today, it's how are we going to go towards a very difficult path called going into federalism with all this divisiveness going on, di ba?
Wala namang I mean, a form of government has nothing to do with the political divisiveness going on now. And again, it's Congress and Senate, and of course, si President Duterte has already set the direction. Dito tayo, federalism, di ba? Now, it's not up to the executive to execute it. It's up to
the legislative first.
Legislative. Pero binibigyan na ng direksyon. And yun nga, parang everybody says, hey, sounds good. Let's give it a try. Because definitely, what we have now is not working as well as it should. We're not like a well-oiled machine. Yung nga sinasabi ko, hindi ba? Kumbaga sa kotse, wow, ang ganda ng body, pero yung tires mo,
Bulok.
medyo,
Butas-butas.
kalbo na yung tires mo. Hindi ba? Yung interior mo. So in other words, I think we will have a better vehicle if you can compare again the vehicle or again yung comparison kanina, our physical body to the Philippines. I think it can be an improvement.
How would you tackle the issues of dialect, heritage, background, religion even? How do we handle that? Kasi diverse tayo. We have what? How many dialects?
No, but we have a national language. Meron tayong Pilipino, tsaka Bisaya. At,
Ang Pilipino is Tagalog which is also a dialect. Parang lumalabas.
Well, it's a national language.
It's the national language. But when you go to Cebu and Mindanao, ibang Pampanga, pag nagkapampangan lang sila, nawawala na ako sa salita.
Of course.
Sa Pangasinenses, di ko na naiintindihan kung ano sinasabi.
Ang Ilocano, hindi maintindihan yung
tayo,
Bisaya.
diba? Yun na nga.
Right.
So,
okay.
The national language, how would you do that? So, from the courts even, I mean, education has already approached that, and the style that they're doing it is, DepEd is open to the dialects.
In terms of basic instruction.
Basic, yes.
Pero in terms of
sciences, hindi.
national communication,
mahirap
meron na tayo English.
English.
English. Our law books are English. Medicine is English. Architecture, engineering, English lahat yan Philosophy, English lahat yan So, whether we like it or not, and we should embrace it.
So, dapat the national language and communication should stay English. Hindi pwedeng, okay, state number 5, Ilocano, state number 7, nagsisibuano, talagang hindi sila magkakaintindihan.
English ang, kahit mga korte natin English Law books are in English, di ba? So everything is in English. So yung mga iba, parang it's not being nationalistic daw, mag-i-English.
Religion.
It is the international language.
Religion. How would we, kasi iba-iba rin yan eh. Di ba? Of course, it's not as complex as, for example, Singapore. Yung may Hindu, may Muslim, may atheist pa, may Christian. Tayo, we have Catholic, Christian, same, and we have Islam, the Muslims.
Well, what about it? I mean,
Sharia law, pinagpaproblema ng ARMM.
Yeah.
Di ba? Yun, iba rin yun, ha?
Yeah.
You realize that integrating the ARMM and giving them their Bangsamoro basic law today
Right.
will clash with what you call the federalism. Unless you start with federalism first, but it looks like they can't wait. And they would like to have their the BBL, di ba? Parang ganun eh. And President Duterte is open to it naman. He doesn't want to hold them back. The problem is, once you start going into it, hindi kayo magbabanggaan yung the different law. Ibang batas dito kasi ganun ang mangyayari. Pag punta ka sa ARMM, ganito ang batas.
nangyayari na sa mundo yan, Harry. Like sa Amerika, merong states legal ang marijuana, merong states hindi.
So sundan mo kung naiiba.
Andun ka eh. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Hindi ba? You want to smoke marijuana, go to California, go to Colorado.
Get stoned
there.
there.
Oh, there.
Pero wag ka pupunta rito sa amin, hulihin ka namin.
Yan, huwag kang pupunta rito, huwag kang pupunta sa Texas.
Hulihin ka namin, babariling ka namin.
Dito sa Ohio, sa Virginia. You know, so in other words, stay within your own, you know, you're gonna get...
So regardless of the issue that's being thrown at you when it comes to federalism, any and all issues can be tackled and put down and to be organized.
No, again, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. There has to be things that are going to be
fine-tuned.
There are going to be, I can't name it right now, but there are some things
which will be difficult.
Will be more difficult.
More difficult.
Pero as a whole, mas magaling. Mas magaling. Kumbaga sa overall health mo ngayon, mas okay ka ngayon.
So regardless of the complex nature of coming together into what we call a federalism, which I think is still the breaking apart, it can be addressed, tackled, and retweaked into something to work as a whole.
Yeah, to me, guys, it's a strengthening of the state. You know, it's a breaking apart.
When did you get convinced towards federalism, Jerry?
When
kay Ramos pa?
Oo, kay Ramos pa. Kay Ramos pa, yung it was brought up, I was exposed to it. I forgot the name of the person kasama natin sa DCRJ noon eh, di ba? He was already pushing federalism, and he was pushing also, jury system. Remember that?
Jury system.
Remember that guy? To me,
Yeah.
ba, okay to ah. To me, nakita ko na yun. Sabi ko, yeah. Then sabi niya, well, ibang usapan naman yung jury system.
Mahirap-hirap pa yan.
Ibang usapan yun. Actually, mas madali ang jury system.
Kesa sa federalism.
Yeah. Mas madali ang jury system because jury system, you're just talking about judiciary. Federalism, I mean, you're talking about all aspects. So, mas malawak, mas all-encompassing. Ito, kumbaga, the justice system lang nag-iba. Instead of the judge being the be-all
Ano tingin mo pinakamahirap, Jerry, between the legislative, the putting together, okay, if you have 10 states, we have 10 different sets, di ba? So, the executive, the legislative, and the judicial. Anong pinakamahirap sa tatlong department of government when you go down into 10 states? The judiciary, the executive, or the legislative?
Well, let's put it this way. Kung anong problema ngayon, magiging problema din doon. Liliit lang. Kukunti lang ang tao, pero liliit din, you know, because remember in a federal state, the king, the head, the ruler is the governor.
The governor.
The governor of the state, di ba? He can even stay in execution. Na hindi pwedeng gawin ng presidente. Di ba? Sa Amerika, ganun po. Like for instance, in the state of New York.
It's gonna be the governor. Senador, hindi na tayo magsi-senador.
Ano siya? Make laws. The governor
so executive is the local governor. Is the local executive.
Yeah, the governor is the man.
So he will be empowered.
He's the president of that, he's the king of that state.
So you have 10 governors that will answer to the president.
Ayan. And to their constituents mostly.
The Supreme Court, you have
the whole land. Hindi naman kailangan gayahin yung Amerika na lahat ng federal state meron sariling Supreme Court eh.
Hindi kailangan.
Hindi kailangan.
So we create our own. Parang may iba ng konti.
We have one Supreme Court and then we have courts to handle in the federal. We're not going to make a carbon copy again of the US. Pero look at ang federal lang, it operates like a federal state, ang China. The countries with the biggest
Oh,
population.
it's federal.
India.
Ah.
India, they have more languages and dialects than us, hindi ba? Pero yun, I mean,
They still operate as a country, but as a
right,
federal
and
state.
it's working. I mean, look at India now. India is a force to reckon with now,
Yes.
di ba? Is a force to reckon with now. Eh, kailan lang, makasabay lang tayo niyan. Sina Gandhi ng World War II, nakakagulo-gulo pa dyan eh. O ngayon, di ba?
Well, Jerry, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the point of view here, the more important part, is the ability to make it work, to come together. There is no one theory that Jerry puts forward that should be followed. Tama nga naman, hindi mo nakasulat sa bato yan eh. Now, we have to create our own Filipino federal system. And we have to tackle it as we come along. But Jerry promotes the Filipinos, very resourceful, and we have the talent. We should have the talent, or better yet, we have the talent. Now, the implementation will take time. There will be issues. Of course, there will be a lot of arguments, discussions. There will be a lot of study. But either way, it seems we all have to begin to understand so we can be part of this change that's about to happen. We hope you've enjoyed our program. Jerry, thank you very much.
Thank you, Harry.
It's nice to discuss real issues that we are going to be confronted with. Ito, mangyayari na po ito.
Nangyayari na.
Nangyayari na.
Nangyayari
Pero
na.
come January,
Right.
February, itong 2017, ang tatalakayin talaga po natin, federalism, kung paano mangyayari para sa Pilipino. Hope you understand that. I will continue the topic on federalism for the next few weeks to help us even clearly understand with other guests in this program. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, Harry. Thank you. Di ba? So to me, parang...
You are what you watch.